A prediction from a machine learning model usually arrives as a single number, one that has been stripped of any context regarding its own uncertainty. It tells you what the model thinks, but carries no information about its certainty. During inference, hundreds of features and complex data distributions are aggressively reduced. The entire multidimensional architecture collapses into one final, isolated output. To evaluate these outputs, standard machine learning pipelines rely almost entirely on top-line metrics, like accuracy and area under the curve. These metrics are effective at identifying completely broken, non-functional models that fail to learn anything from the training data. But accuracy only measures discrimination, the model's ability to separate classes. It remains silent on calibration, which measures whether the model's stated confidence reflects the actual frequency of its errors. Standard API outputs, like the predict-proba function in scikit-learn, produce numbers between 0 and 1 that look like probabilities. However, these vectors carry no statistical guarantee that a 90% prediction will actually be correct 90% of the time. Optimizing solely for accuracy creates an illusion of certainty. It allows a model to announce a decision while masking the moments when it is effectively guessing. We can measure the cost of this illusion by auditing an experiment involving 30,000 credit card clients and their likelihood of defaulting on payments. Two models were trained on this data, a standard gradient booster and a highly tuned neural network. By standard metrics, both models tie at 81% accuracy, but isolating the neural network's highest confidence tier reveals a different story. The model claimed a 93.5% default probability, but the observed reality was only 70.4%. The network overstated its most confident predictions by 23 percentage points. It was most wrong precisely where it was most certain. In a standard $28 million loan book, pricing risk based on those false claims creates a $700,000 hole that recurs every time the book turns over. Without a calibration audit, unmeasured algorithmic uncertainty simply becomes a silent, recurring deployment failure. Professional machine learning requires a method to quantify exactly when and where a model is guessing. Even the most sophisticated model must survive an empirical audit. If a prediction doesn't agree with the realized data, the model's internal confidence is irrelevant. To manage this, we categorize uncertainty into two types. First is aleatoric uncertainty, which is the irreducible noise inherent in the world. We can see this in a synthetic dataset of 3 classes. In this hard region, points from different classes densely overlap on the exact same coordinates. No amount of data can resolve this. The outcome is genuinely random. Second is epistemic uncertainty, which is the model's ignorance in regions of the feature space where it has seen very few examples. This is a result of a lack of data, and it causes the model's predictions to fracture. The honest response to both types of uncertainty is to abandon single-label outputs in favor of dynamic, variable-sized prediction sets. A dynamic set is the only mathematically rigorous way to handle overlapping boundaries and sparse data. We build these sets using split conformal prediction, a 4-verb process that wraps around any existing model. Step 1 is split. We hold out a dedicated calibration dataset that the model never sees during its training phase. Step 2 is score. We calculate a metric called nonconformity for every example in that calibration set. Mechanically, nonconformity measures how strange the true label looks to the trained model. If the model is confident and correct, the score is near 0. If the model is completely surprised by the actual outcome, the score is near 1. Because we only look at the final outputs, this scoring function can be applied to any pre-existing model, regardless of its architecture. This process replaces the model's internal confidence with a purely empirical metric of how well it handles specific examples. Step 3 is quantile, where we set an exact threshold for our allowed error. We take the calibration scores and organize them, sorting themselves from the lowest to the highest values. To find the correct threshold, we must evaluate an incoming test prediction against the sorted array. Crucially, we treat the test score as a potential member of the group, meaning the rank calculation is done over n+1 items. If we have 9 calibration points, the total pool evaluated is now 10. This relies on exchangeability, the assumption that the test example is symmetric with our calibration data, like pulling another marble from the same bag. Finally, step 4 is predict. The system outputs a set containing every class label whose nonconformity score falls below our established threshold. High certainty yields a single label, while borderline cases yields multiple labels. If a point looks like nothing the model has seen before, it may even return an empty set. Including the test point in the rank calculation is the step that allows the coverage theorem to hold for any model at any sample size. We can prove this works by running an empirical audit on our synthetic data. By setting an error rate, or alpha, of 0.10, we are demanding exactly a 90% coverage rate from the system. The results confirm the theory. The overall empirical coverage lands at 90.2%, fulfilling the request. This result is known as marginal coverage. It is an average rate of truth capture across the randomness of both the calibration and test sets. This doesn't make a weak model strong. Instead, it forces a weak model to output very large sets to maintain its coverage promise. Conformal prediction shifts the focus from simple accuracy to the mathematically provable boundaries of a model's ignorance. These guarantees distinguish conformal prediction from the classical uncertainty toolkit. Standard Gaussian intervals fail when data is skewed or heavy-tailed because they rely on rigid, often incorrect assumptions about the shape of the noise. Bootstrap methods fail because their guarantees are asymptotic, meaning they only truly hold as the sample size approaches infinity. Conformal prediction provides the only finite sample guarantee. This coverage statement holds as firmly at a sample size of 50 as it does at 5 million. Since it makes no parametric assumptions, it composes flawlessly with any modern machine learning stack, from gradient boosters to deep neural networks. Reliable production deployments require the audible frequency claims that only a finite sample guarantee can provide.